Pakistan is indulged in drone attacks over Jammu. Here is India retaliating.
You're absolutely right. If I could just add 2-3 more points to that, Nabila, is that the defense minister, he's already in a meeting with the CDS, the Chief of Defense Staff, and of course, that's why now that we're learning of these attacks on Lahore as well. There are some explosion sounds that locals can hear, on the Udhampur sky in Jammu and Kashmir, and that's probably our aerial defense systems that are working. But needless to say, there is still heavy artillery that is being used in Rajouri, in Poonch, and in Naushera sectors by Pakistan. The Pakistani army, and I've said this again, and this is my limited opinion, but I'm still going to put that out on record, with cheap drones that are being used out there. This is Hamas-style attack. This is terrorism-style attack that's being carried out. They know that these are going to be downed, but the fact that they're ready to escalate this after Operation Sindoor, after what India did today in the hour-long, strikes, it only goes on to show that there is no repentance. They're going to continue to do it, which is why Rajnath Singh, the defense minister, is with the CDS as well.
We have also Sir Deeptendu, General Deeptendu, thank you very much for joining us right here on News 9. You've come right at a time when we hear that India has responded and a counter-strike has been carried out on Lahore. This is the second time that we hear news coming in from Lahore. We heard earlier today that Lahore's airport was damaged as India carried out a strike there. Now, yet again, Lahore has been attacked and India is, of course, responding. And this was expected. I still thought maybe it would happen tomorrow or wee hours of the morning. But it seems like India has not waited a moment to respond.
Thank you, Nabila. Good to be back here again. Few quick points on what was first. Probably I'll just open with what was mentioned earlier. Yes, the memes on the mock drills. 71 war onwards, we have not had a war. So while we had clear air defense and civil defense SOPs, they were never exercised. With the kind of periodicity that is needed because the fear of a conflict was a little far and gone. The smartest thing I think our leadership has done is to revive this at the earliest, because most importantly, it's about keeping our citizens safe and giving them a sense of involvement and keeping them in support of the nation as it goes through these actions. On the issue of retaliation, it's a critical factor that when you get into war fighting and on this escalatory ladder, speed is always of essence. There is something called the OODA loop, which is called, oriented, we decide and act. The question, this is a chain which is followed by all war-fighting organizations. And what is important is to break into the enemy's OODA loop, and that can only be done by retaliating or acting faster than he can act or think. And that is exactly what we are doing. So it is a clear display of, I think, a very well orchestrated and coordinated and integrated plan. So I'll make two quick points here. Our response remains integrated, it remains calibrated, and the scale and the capacity, and this is the vast difference between Pakistan and us. Our scale and capacity for war fighting far, far outweighs theirs. And that is what I think they will rapidly come to realize. Thank you, Nabila.
I'd like to bring in also Colonel Raina, since you're there. We hear that India has responded and it's happened right now. If you want to elaborate, India has been quick to react in Lahore and in Sialkot. Both places, India has responded with a drone attack. How can Pakistan handle an onslaught of such nature? It's already been bleeding. The whole of today, Pakistan has raised alarms saying that their multiple installations have been damaged. Now, another round of attack, barrage that India is firing at them. Will they be able to survive this? What's going to be the morning like for Pakistan?
No, survive they will, but there's a shloka which says, Vinash Kale Viprit Buddhi. That's how I summarize this action of Pakistan. Interestingly, this border which starts from Jori and goes all the way to Kathua, we call it international border, and Pakistan doesn't consider it as international border. It calls it working boundary. For many months, I've been advocating that let's open up on Sialkot, because if they can hit our civilians inside Punch, which is a purely human right issue. They hit hospital, they hit the dispensaries, shops, houses, and young kids, everybody. So what was stopping us from hitting Sialkot? Sialkot should have happened last night. In fact, when attack came on Jammu, I almost tweeted that I think Sialkot is going to go up in flames today, because first it is in range, is part of Pakistani Punjab, it is an industrial belt. It's an ideal target to see in when war is on and when you are being attacked. I think we can keep certain ethics, everything on one side for a while and attack. So what the previous speaker was saying is the way to go. Enemy doesn't, he does something, he has a kind of expectation of you reacting. If you break that and if you beat him in that speed,